Welcome to this unboxing video. As you may notice, there are actually two parcels here. What happened was that I placed an order with Funstock and the postcode did not autofill correctly on the website. I emailed them to correct it, and unfortunately the first parcel they sent out was with the wrong postcode, and I got Royal Mail emails with the tracking code, and then I could no longer track it. So I contacted Funstock and they sent out a replacement parcel, and the two arrived within a couple of days of each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox the original parcel they sent and then check offline the contents of the second. So bear with me one moment. So as you may have gathered, this is also the latest Evercade selections from Funstock. And there's quite a bit in here. These are pre-ordered in November 2025. And we'll start off with the extras. So we have the Evercade 2026 calendar with screenshots from various games. So level 1, press start there. There's actually levels, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so that's quite 11, 12, 11, 12 mission complete for December, so that's quite cool in its own right. And there's quite a bit of space on there, and there's also some iconic releases and key milestone dates from the decades past, so that's an interesting little extra to that. And then as well we also have another bundle extra here, the Evercade Pixel Notebook, which comes complete with a pen, so that's pretty nice as well, featuring obviously similar artwork to that. So we got two lots of releases here. So we've got Neo-Geo Arcade 2 and 3, the Llamasoft Collection, the Rare Collection, and Activision Collection 1. So let's go back to the retro releases first. Llamasoft Collection, so a truly Zarjazz collection, and it says 27 games included, although that does include a couple of variants of games, so where games have alternate modes or difficulty settings. There are some where there's the two versions of the game or different formats of the game, which rounds out that number. But as a Llamasoft fan, I'm very pleased that this is currently available. We've got a nice little set of llama stickers there, although one seems to have come a little bit loose there. Evercade, follow us, tag us, etc, etc. And free wallpapers, QR code, quick look through the manual, which as ever gives you a little history of the company, in this case Llamasoft. So we've got Deflex V, City Bomb, Andy's Attack, Ratman, Super Deflex, Abductor, Grid Runner. We're moving through 20 years here. Attack of the Mutant Camels, C64, Laser Zone, Matrix Grid Runner 2, Hover Bother, Metagalactic Llamas, Battle at the Edge of Time. So you've got A and B versions there, which represent Vic and C64, Revenge of the Mutant Camels. And several of these support the Versus 2-player mode or Evercade Alpha. You've got Hellgate, Sheep in Space, absolute classic, and Cipital. Very clever that with 4-way gravity. Battleix, 6 different sub-games, and it shows you how to access the sub-games. Void Runner, Revenge of the Mutant Camels 2. That looks like the C64 version there. Then we've got Super Grid Runner, 16-bit, and Llamatron 2112. So, excellent selection of Llamasoft classics there. One for any Jeff Minter fan, and as usual, labelled on the back of the cartridge as well. So that's the first. And then we'll go to the Activision Collection. 15 games included. and it says they're 8-bit. So we have Beam Rider, Crackpot, Demon Attack, Enduro, Fishing Derby, Freeway, Grand Prix, Megamania, Pitfall, Private Eye, River Raid, Skyjinx, apologies, Space Shuttle, A Journey into Space, Star Master, and Tennis. So an interesting selection of early Activision games there. Obviously, Activision started out creating their games for the Atari 2600 console and became one of the first third-party software developers who helped set the industry going. Unfortunately, got a little bit on the top there, so we've got the follow us again there, and a quick flick through the instructions. Demon Attack there, Enduro, Fishing Derby by David Crane, who else did Freeway and Grand Prix, Megamania from Steve Cartwright, classic Pitfall, Private Eye by Bob Whitehead, Carol Shaw's River Raid, excellent to have that in a portable form, Skyjinx, interesting one from Bob again, Space Shuttle, A Journey into Space from Steve Kitchen, which has got quite complex controls and you need to enter codes to activate certain programs, Star Master, and Tennis. So another great selection of early Activision games there, one or two bona fide classics. And next up we have Rare Collection 1, 12 games included. So Rare obviously started out as Ultimate Play the Game, part of Ashby Computer and Graphics, and then set their sights on making games for the NES, and were very successful on the NES, then gave us the amazing Donkey Kong Country and its follow-ups on Super Nintendo with pre-rendered graphics, very prolific through N64 and GameCube years, and eventually acquired by Microsoft. So let's have a look inside. Again, we've got the little follow-ups, leaflet. So Rare Collection 1, history of the company, Jetpack, absolute classic 16K of memory for the ZX Spectrum, Lunar Jetman, the follow-up, Attic Attack, 3 different characters who can use different shortcuts, Saberwolf, starring Saberman, Underworld, and then Nightlaw, the first of the Filmation games, the isometric classics, Gunfight, another isometric game, RC Pro-Am on the NES, Cobra Triangle, using the same perspective, Battletoads, which is in console and arcade forms, Conker's Pocket Tales from the Game Boy. So, nice glimpse at some of Rare's early hits there. Be interesting to see if they do another collection shortly. And if computer and console games aren't your thing, we have the latest Neo-Geo collections, Arcade 2 and Arcade 3, 6 games each. So Arcade 2 has got Garou, Mark of the Wolves, Metal Slug 2, Art of Fighting 2, Cross Swords, Ninja Kando, and Sengoku 2. So obviously big hitters like Metal Slug 2, Art of Fighting 2. It's great to see the Neo Geo games available in this accessible format. Even better to play them on the Evercade Alpha mini arcade cabinet, sort of release that was designed for. But when you consider how expensive Neo Geo games used to be, it's a real bargain. It's a QR code, so if you want to make use of that, stack that back in the box. So Garou, Mark of the Wolves fighting game, Art of Fighting 2, it's Rage Gauge, Metal Slug 2 with choice of characters in this sequel, the extra weapons, Crossed Swords, which is an interesting looking game, not played it myself, Ninja Commando, and Son Goku 2. So that's Neo Geo Arcade 2. And once again, in association with SNK, this is the 20th release now in the arcade range. The purple, obviously, for arcade games, the red for console games, and the blue for home computer. And again, 6 original arcade games. And, oh dear, well, we've got a broken box there, so I might work out whether one is better or not and return the broken one. So inside we have King of Fighters 97, Metal Slug 3, Twinkle Star Sprites, another game that doesn't get converted to home formats much, Samurai Showdown 2, interesting one with the scaling effects, and the vertically scrolling shoot 'em up Ghost Pilots, again another game you don't see very much. Super Sidekicks for football game. So that rounds up Neo-Geo 2 and Neo-Geo Arcade 3. So as I say, real shame there that this box has been broken in transit. And obviously there's also the extra goodies with this. With these bundles, you can still order these items separately, and the notebook and calendar are still available. So thanks for watching this first Evercade video of 2026. There are quite a few outstanding videos that I haven't posted yet, so keep tuned for them, and I hope you'll continue to watch the channel for more unboxing, retro shelf, merch stand and gameplay videos.